So, the state, I actually feel kind of bad for Republicans that live in Missouri right now. Because they've been waiting 8 years for Obama to take their guns away. And you know what? He still hasn't. Not only that, but in Missouri, there's a new law being passed about guns. Now, you see, Missouri, as far as I'm aware, has very little, if any, gun control. Now, this is going to take you from about 10% gun control to 0% gun control. You can just walk into your store, and just purchase a gun. I am both for and against this at the same time. I know I've been someone who's been completely for taking sides. I've always tried to take a side on everything. However, here, there really is no right or wrong answer. This is one of the most gray scenarios I've ever talked about. Now, why is that? Well, allow me to explain. You see, on one hand, I get the good intentions of this bill. The idea is if everyone owns a gun, crime will go down. If the only thing that stops a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun idea. Now, while I sort of see that idea, and I do agree that, in theory, it could work, and you can't even, and this is the point that, as much as I don't like Gavin McGallis, is that his name? I think that's his name. The host of Rebel Media. He made a very good point, and that is, you can't even calculate the amount of crimes that have been stopped just by the basic idea that, hey, he might have a gun. However, at the same time, someone who is actually crazy, it doesn't care. Someone on a suicide mission, like a suicide bomber, they don't care. And if you shoot the suicide bomber, everyone's gonna die. There's no way to stop them. Well, you might be able to, hit him before he presses. But the thing is, I think he'd still have his hand on the button and it'd be pressed and everyone would die. I could be wrong on that. I could very well be wrong on that. However, I'm 95% sure that's accurate. So I get the basic idea that, the only thing that stops a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun idea. However, this is the big however. If you've watched the video, The Real Problem, the truth behind police brutality, or something like that, maybe it was like the real reason behind police brutality, you could just go search it up on my channel. You would know that I theorize that police brutality is so common because everyone owns a gun. And the police are paranoid. Well, with this new law, everyone will own a gun. There would be no reason not to own a gun. I mean, so all this will do is, in my mind, cause a spike in police brutality. Because then the cops will actually have more and more reasons to assume everyone's going to have a gun. Because if this law gets passed in Missouri, everyone will have a gun. Now, granted, I am completely for the idea that, most people should have guns. Or not most people should have guns, that came out wrong. But the idea that most people should have the option to have a gun. I don't own a gun, this house doesn't have any guns in it. But at the same time, I feel that the option should always be there. Mainly because, in that case, people are like, well, what about the police? Well, what if the police are the ones doing the bad things? Warcorp summed this up really good in his video. The problem, gun control doesn't work. Just look up Warcorp 666 gun control, any of his videos on that. They're really good. I actually recommend checking them out. But the thing is, and I just feel this is going to add to more paranoia and going to lead to a huge spike in police brutality. Far more police brutality than there used to be. And the weird thing about this is Missouri is where this whole thing started. I remember 2014. I might have been early 2015, but I'm pretty sure it was late-ish 2014. Ferguson started showing up. That was the first real example of police brutality. And it was in Missouri. So you'd think Missouri would be one of the most sensitive to these issues. I guess not. Oh well. I'm Cifro Joe, and I'm signing out. Good night.